Who had the best college offense of all time? Was it the 2008 Tim Tebow-led Florida Gators? Or was it the 2019 Joe Burrow-led LSU Tigers? In 2008, Florida would go 13-1 and win the national championship. They beat Alabama 31-20 in the SEC championship game, and they beat a very good Oklahoma team 24-14 in the national championship game. LSU would go 15-0 and win the national championship. They would win the SEC championship game 37-10 over Georgia. Then they'd win the Peach Bowl 63-28 over Oklahoma, and then they would go on to win the national championship 42-25 versus Clemson. This Florida offense was absolutely loaded. They had huge playmakers at every single position. They had the best college quarterback of all time. Tim Tebow was an elite threat, both throwing and running the ball. They also had two track stars at running back, Bobby Rainey and Jeff Demps. Jeff Demps ran a 4.26 40. At receiver and part-time running back, they had Percy Harvin, another guy with low 4.4 speed. All three of those running backs would average over 7 yards a carry. And all three of those guys had a legit chance to score anytime they touched the ball. They also had this guy. On the football field, this is one of the most athletic tight ends of all time, and truly one of the more dominant tight ends we've ever seen. In that Florida Gators offense, it really, truly is just pick your poison. There's no way you were going to be able to stop every single one of those guys. Now, that 2019 LSU team was no joke. They were led by Joe Burrow, who would go on to have the best season of all time by a college quarterback that year. Burrow would throw for 5,600 yards, 60 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. They also had the best college wide receiver duo of all time. These guys would both go for over 1,500 receiving yards and combined score 38 touchdowns. The fact that they had the 1 and 2 receiver in the NFL right now on one college team and the second best quarterback in the NFL, it's pretty crazy. And you were not stopping any of those guys. That Florida Gator offense would go on to average 43.6 points per game, while that LSU offense would go on to average 48.4 points per game. So when you talk about which one is the best, it truly can be a toss-up, but in my opinion, I'm going Florida. Yes, their individual stats aren't as good as the LSU Tigers that year, but that's because they had more all around on offense. They had more weapons, so more people were touching the ball. And I think it's harder to stop that offense just because all the guys they had at all these different positions. Yes, they had great players at a couple positions, but I think that offense would be easier to game plan against than this one. Let me know what you guys think.